Hello, and welcome to Life with Francy podcast, a place where you will find all types of conversation like mental health, self-love, self-care, trauma, hobbies, and more. With this podcast, I want to create a place where we support one another in business and personal life. Hope you enjoy this episode. Now, let's get this show started. On today's episode, I have Natalie, and then I found her through Podmatch, a great place for podcast hosts and podcast guests to find each other and make some awesome collaborations like this one. And she is gonna teach us about skincare. We're all about confused, so she's gonna clear some answers. And she loves to educate women on their skin and getting to know that aha moment where it all comes together, building back their confidence. So I am excited to have this conversation with her. Welcome, Natalie, to the podcast. Tell us, what is life with you?
Thank you. Well, life with me, I think if we are not talking skin, we're probably in the kitchen having a snack and talking a little more about skin and health and how the food's going to help our body. So yeah, that's kind of mainly my life. I have five kids and we definitely are always staying busy and I'm constantly teaching them about their skin. They're most of the time they're like, yes, mom, yes, all right. They hear it so much from me, but yeah, I just love to teach about skin. I love to teach women about their skin because it's so confusing and overwhelming. And we hear so much everywhere, right? Like everywhere we go, social media, talking with friends, family, everywhere we go, we are hearing about what this person is doing or what this person's doing. Or did you hear about this new product? Did you hear about this new technique? And it can be so overwhelming and confusing for women. And so that's kind of my mission, is just to cut through that and make it so individualized. Like skin is very individual. And I recommend products and do that sort of a thing for women. But even if you have a sister, even if you have a twin, you're not going to be using the same products. You might have a few here and there, but overall, you will not have the same skincare regimen as your sister, your friend, your mom. Like nobody out there is going to have the exact same regimen as you. So it's so hard for people to hear from all these sources, right? And there's this influencer they love and they are using this product. So they want to try this product. And maybe it works great for the influencer, but it's probably not going to work great for you. You have different skin. And so I really try to cut through that for women and just teach them about their individual skin so that they can really get a handle on it and they can get out of that confusion and they can free up their brain space as far as like constantly scrolling and constantly anytime you're in the store you're looking at product lines and stuff. So I just want to help women get through all of that.
As a confused woman, I sure appreciate your mission because I hope to learn something today for sure. But yeah, how is this mission started? Not a lot of women get the privilege of like knowing about that stuff. Me, I am learning in my 30s about a lot in life. So tell us how that started.
That's true. About 20 years ago is when I became a master esthetician. And so I've kind of been in the skin game for a while. And me personally, my take on skin is it's so connected to your internal health. And you cannot have beautiful, glowing skin if you're not taking care of your body internally. And so I became a master esthetician so long ago, but I've never really stopped learning. And I love to learn about the internal body and how food relates to your body as well. And just kind of overall the connection between the two. It's so, so important to understand that.
Man, it always go back to food.
It does. Dang it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yeah, so I can't even say that word.
Esthetician.
Esthetician.
I know it's
That
tricky. There's too many, there's too many letters.
that's awesome. So yeah, so how do you help women learn more? Do you have a program? Do you
I
do
do. Yeah,
one-on-one?
Yep, I have an online program, and what it entails is I do a video course for, there's three parts to it. And the first is I do a video course where you learn all about skin and you learn how it connects and what's going on. You learn all about products as well and how to actually properly use products. And then just kind of overall health as well. You kind of go through that program. And then you do a one-on-one consultation with me. And we go really deep into your skin and we just talk about anything that you are concerned about, any issues that you have. We really dig in and find out what type of skin you have right now at this moment, what your concerns are, what you need, and what would make you happy with your skin. And then from there, I put together a regimen for you. And then from the third step is for 3 months, you have direct access to me. So any questions that come up along the way, I'm there. If you are going through the course and you're like, oh, is this me? Then I can help you and be like, yes, this is you. Or no, this isn't you. This is why. This is why you would think it was you, but this is actually what's going on. And so for 3 months, you just have direct access to me. We do Zoom calls and emails and just whatever comes up that you have questions that you're struggling with, I'm there. So that's kind of the program that I do because I really want you to come out of it understanding your skin. You don't have to understand everybody's skin. You just need to understand your skin so that by the end, you have lifelong skills to recognize what your skin is going through, what it's trying to tell you, and then know what to do with that information and how to correct
I love all of that. That's
it.
awesome. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I love. Oops, I need the microphone. I love
There you go.
your mission. So, why is skincare so important?
Skincare is so important because skin is your largest organ of the body. And a lot of times do you need a pause? Sorry, okay. Skin is the largest organ of the body. And it is a lot of times we don't really view it as an organ because we view it as just an aesthetic, the outside of our body. And we don't really put it together that it is an organ and it is trying to function properly and it's trying to serve us. And we put so much emphasis on, say, our heart. We exercise for our heart, we eat for our heart, we do all of these things to make our heart better. But as far as when it comes to skin, we think of it as just, what it looks like on the outside. But it actually has many functions and it's detoxifying, it's a temperature control, you can sense that, it's secretion, excretion, all of these things. It has many functions for you. And if you're not actually taking care of your skin and it's not in its proper health, it cannot perform those functions properly for you. And so then other things can happen along the way. So skin is definitely an organ and we need to treat it as such as well so that it can continue protecting us and doing it and doing all of the things that it is meant to do for us.
Any quick tips, to like start your skincare if you like don't know anything about it?
Yeah, for sure. I always recommend a 4 step as far as if we just talk about the face, and this can go through the body as well, really. But I always recommend 4 steps. So you're going to get a cleanse, you're going to get an exfoliation, you're going to do moisturizer, and then a sunscreen always. And if we go back to cleanse, the way that I recommend doing a cleanse is you're going to cleanse once in the morning and 2 times at night. So the reason I do that is because in the morning, a lot of times we think, well, I washed at night, I've just slept, I'm in my own house, I just washed the sheets, whatever the case may be, I don't need to wash my face in the morning. But it's actually incorrect because part of your skin, one of the functions that it is a detoxifying organ. So during the night, it is detoxifying. When we think we're all sleeping and everything's relaxing, your body is very hard at work. It's rebuilding and replenishing and it's detoxifying. So if you don't wash your face in the morning, you've got all of those toxins sitting on there. And then you put your moisturizer, your makeup, whatever else on. And what happens is it can actually reabsorb that stuff that it works so hard to get out. And so really important to wash in the morning. And then I say double cleanse at night because you want to make sure that you're getting all your makeup off, the dirt, the pollutants, anything, you've touched your face, you've been in polluted environments, all of that sort of thing. You want to get that off. And then the second cleanse, you want to have a really good cleanser that's going to get into the pores and be able to pull things out and really do a deep clean, but also deliver really good ingredients for your skin as well. And then the next step, exfoliation. Exfoliation is really important. You want to get rid of that dead skin and slough off that so you have that healthier, happier glow to your skin, but also so your skin can again function properly so that it can get the moisture in that it needs to and be able to act as a protective barrier to keep things out as well. When you're exfoliating, there's several different kinds of exfoliators, so it really depends on your skin. So this is when it's good to get help from a professional to see, okay, these are the issues you're dealing with. This would be the correct exfoliator for you. And then you're going to do it about 1 to 2 times a week is all, just depending on, again, what your issue is and what kind of exfoliator you have. And then the next step, moisturizer. Always moisturizer. Even if you are oily and you feel like you don't need a moisturizer, you're going to go for the oil-free moisturizers. But you still definitely need a moisturizer because it helps you have that protective barrier for your skin so it can again function properly. And then sunscreen. Always, always, always sunscreen, even if you're not going to the beach, even if it's cloudy, no matter what, always a sunscreen.
Nice. Yes. I love it because I was gonna ask you how often to exfoliate because that's like a question that I had. I don't know. Like I do it once or twice a month here and there, but
Yeah.
now I know like the thing. And then another one was the sunscreen. This episode will be live in summertime. So like, do you recommend a specific number for sunscreen?
So sunscreen, there's a few different choices. Of course, you can go different SPFs, but really the studies have found that an SPF 15 to an SPF 30, there's only about a 3% difference in protection. So just make sure you have a sunscreen on. Once you get up to 50s and 70s and 80s, and I mean, you're really not getting any more protection. It's so minimal. And so I just recommend anywhere from 15 to 30. But the key is to reapply. You have to reapply your sunscreen every 2 hours and making sure, especially if you're outside. This isn't just if you're outside, it's especially if you're outside. So make sure you're reapplying your sunscreen all the time, every 2 hours.
Ooh, that's a male lady. I am really bad at it. I gotta pick up that process. Wow, yeah. So and then on ingredients, should we pay attention to certain ingredients for your skin?
For skin in general or sunscreen? Are you
Skin in general.
okay? Skin in general. That again is so individual, right? So what's going to work for somebody with acne is not going to work for somebody with rosacea or pigmentation. So really, really individual. I can say just overall, really good products or ingredients to look for are things that are going to replenish the skin, like your vitamins A, C, E, and B. Your skin loves those vitamins, peptides, ceramides, hyaluronic acid, things like that that are just going to kind of put back into the skin. And those are always great to have um, overall. So the only downside would be too many ceramides for somebody who has oily skin, but peptides and the vitamins and the hyaluronic acid are pretty much all people can have that. But again, it depends on the formulation. So again, I go back to
Mm-hmm.
make sure you have some professional help so you can know exactly what to do. But overall, those are some pretty good ingredients to look for.
I love that. And yeah, about acne. Anything that can help?
Yeah, so there's two main ingredients that we use for acne, benzoyl peroxide and salicylic acid, and there's two reasons you would use them. So salicylic acid is going to be for the acne that is kind of just the bumps on the face. They don't really often produce a lot of pustules, papules. They're not going to like make the pustules, papules aren't sore and raised red. And that's really good when for salicylic because salicylic is going to work on the outside of the skin in. And so it's going to resurface it and get rid of that and then kill the topical bacteria. But then the benzoyl peroxide is really good for those deeper ones, the sore ones, generally the ones we get around our period time where the hormonal breakouts or stress related. So those are the ones because they're kind of covered, they're encapsulated in the skin and they're just kind of festering and building and they make your skin really sore and irritated. So that's an anaerobic bacteria, meaning it does not need oxygen to survive. So it's just in there, just loving life. And so you introduce benzoyl peroxide, and what it does is it introduces oxygen into the area. So it starts to kill that bacteria and helps to draw it out and dry it up as well. So those are the two kinds of, I'm sure if you've had acne before, you've seen these ingredients on things. So those are the reasons, the ways that you would use them. Although if you are a darker skin tone person, you do not want to use salicylic. You need to go for something with more sulfur or something like that, because salicylic can have hyperpigmentation effects to your skin, especially if it's used improperly. So if it's just something you're trying to use on your own, I would stay away from that if you have a darker skin tone.
Okay, wow. I gotta re-listen to this
lot,
episode and write all the notes and
lot of
everything.
information, sorry.
No, no, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. And I was trying to avoid these questions, but yeah, about food and skincare.
Yes.
What can you tell us?
Like I said before, it's so interrelated. It is just so interrelated. With your skin is a reflection of what is happening on the inside. And so make sure that you are getting a full variety of foods. You want to get hit every food group and make sure you're getting your fats. I know fats are so scary to some people. Good fats are so, so important for your skin because your skin, the ceramides and all the lipids that your skin needs, those are fats. And so you've got to have fats in your diet, good fats. You've got to have your water, of course, your water. And water is really important to take in because your body is protein and water, right? That's what we're made up of. And if you're not taking in enough water, then your body can't function properly. And then, of course, your skin isn't going to function properly as well. Fruits and vegetables for all of the protein or sorry, for all of the fiber and for all the vitamins and stuff like that. Like I said before, one of the functions of your skin is to be a detoxifier. And if you are not detoxifying internally, the load on your skin is heavier. And so therefore it can come out in acne, it can come out in rashes, irritation, sensitivities, it can come out in a lot of things. And so all of these things play a role. Make sure, of course, protein and you're getting your complex carbohydrates. Every single item is necessary. But how your body is doing internally, food wise, but then also your mental state, your emotional state, your stress levels, all of that. And I do have a free resource which talks about a lot of these things and how you can just simply and daily add in small, simple things to help your body emotionally, mentally, which in turn helps your skin as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah, tell us more. Where can we find it? I will have it in the description of the episode.
Okay, yes, it is at lp.fordhambeauty.com. And so it's just morning and evening, simple routines. A lot of them you're actually probably doing, but maybe you're not doing them in the correct manner or mindfully. And it just kind of breaks it down and simplifies it. And so that you can kind of add them in and it will help you internally. There's a lot that talk about physical things and mental things and just little tiny things that you might be doing but just to kind of like tell you exactly how to do them properly and make sure that you're doing them in the correct manner so that they can serve you better.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. Is there anything else that you would like my listeners to know?
Just make sure you're eating for your skin. So important to get all of that stuff in your body because if your skin's one of the last organs that receives anything, so if you're not taking enough in for your internal body, you're not getting enough for your skin. So really, really be mindful of your skin as an actual organ. And when it's healthy, it will be beautiful and glowing.
I love it. I hate it and I love it at the same time.
Right.
My body's screaming at me like, you see, everything comes back down to food. So change your food habits and you will
Uh,
have all the answers.
exactly.
uh, where can my listeners find you?
So I'm on Instagram at the Fordham Beauty, or you can get if you go into that free resource, that'll put you into my newsletter, and you can just email me right back, and I will answer if you have any questions. But those are my two. My full offer is fordhambeauty.com.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
It was my pleasure. So, if you would like to find her or me, check out Podmatch as well, a great community for podcast hosts and podcast guests to do collaborations like this one. So you can find my podcast on every major platform like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and my YouTube channel. You know the deal. Like and subscribe. I hope you have a blessed day.